angry Aussie, 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 angry Aussie, Aussie, angry.
Harit, here we are for another week of streaming the live stuff. Hooah! There we go. We're ready and rocking. Might go a bit dimmer on here. Yeah, make the light a bit gentler on me. Hello, Heidi. How you doing? You're up for another fabulous week of streaming and streaming. Whoa! Oh, got that out of my system. Nice, good as per usual. That is what I like to hear. And my exciting news of the night is I got some new whiskey to toast because it was on a big special at Dan Murphy's and I couldn't resist. Hello, Madam Butterfly. How are you doing? A lot of Twitch. Who are you liking on Twitch? What type of thing are you liking on Twitch? Is it gaming? Is it just commentary? So I kind of like... I like watching the people role-playing Red Dead Redemption. And I do watch a bit of Hassan Piker. Him having a rant. When Aruxan streams, he raided out. Okay. What's Aruxan do on the stream? Like music? Him being a musician and all? Don't think I've seen one of his streams. I will have to see if he is ever streaming when I am not busy. Female gamer, I enjoyed it, play games. Yeah, a lot of the... it's weird how entertaining the gaming streams can be. I suppose not really when you consider like people watch sport all the time. So if you're interested in gaming and you're interested in particular games, why wouldn't you watch someone gaming? Particularly if they manage to have an engaging personality when they do it. So, okay, Rick said normally plays games. Shitpost caliber. Okay. Like he deliberately plays bad games? Hmm. Good. I was getting little enticements from Twitch on, oh, you can do these things. Even if you're not an affiliate, you can do these things that could potentially earn you money. And it's like, I don't know, that just makes you sound desperate, Twitch. But who actually knows? If they get thousands of people try this and they never make them enough money to cash out, then yeah, they'd make thousands of dollars. I don't know that that's worth it, but recent streams circle around the shitpost universe. You haven't lived until you front one this year. Well, I'm going to have to try and find him now. I'm even tempted to, let's just open Twitch quickly and go. No, I don't want my... Oh, yeah, there he is. I know his icon. Okay, I'm just going to follow him. Oh, God. Okay. I'm not logged in on Twitch for some freaking reason. And he streams about once a month. Okay. Oh, well, who knows? Who knows if I've said, well, okay, what would it, God, am I logged in on YouTube on this? Fuck's sake. Okay, I am. Good. I don't even know if me doing the live chat thing works. All right. Well, that's given me something to look for. See how good my memory is. If I remember to do that. I'll have to go on Rickson's Twitch to find out about Tronting. I will. That is a thing I have to do. That's now a thing I have to do, Heine. No two ways about it. Anyway, I'm going to try my new whiskey and make an old-fashioned with it. All right. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a comparison. I haven't done a comparison for a while. Chief's on. You know what? Nova. Well, where's the Nova? Go-to favorite. Chief's Son, which I may have tasted this one before. And fuck it, we'll do one more. Will we do something really different? A bourbon. Just something really different. Okay. Little pop. Little pour. Smells like Nova. Little pour. And Chief said, I just realised I haven't broken the seal on this. Oh, is it actually going to work? The little serrated edge thing on the foil actually worked. Half the time it doesn't work and it shits me up the wall. That's a satisfying pop. Satisfying glug glug too. All right. Well, we're off to a promising start with a nice glug glug. Let's sit down. All right. I'll do the Chief's Son first before my palate gets compromised. Do the thing the guy at Bakery Hill told me to do. I'll take his word for it. Ooh. That's really caramel. Brown, real brown sugar. Almost all the dark flavors like sultanas, raisins. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Ooh, that's much more like honey when you drink it. Oh, it's still got the really it's more like molasses than honey. It's still got the dark flavors definitely carry over from the aroma. It's very tasty. Just compare it to Nova, my go-to. Much lighter. Got to sit at home, watch a conference. Oh God. How many hours a day do you have to be at the conference? Is it going to turn your brain to goo, or is it actually going to be a good online conference? This is much, much lighter aroma. Much lighter taste too. Like apples and honey rather than like raisins and molasses. Both good. but both notably different. Let's get a little bit of water. Palate cleanser. Icy water. In my palate. Last one, a bourbon. A 3-day online conference. Damn. Also, the managers have gone interstate to be there in person, and you're just watching it online for 3 days. Can't help thinking that we're a bit thin. And how do they know you're watching? This is much more neutral on the aroma than the single malt. Also pretty good. Very different. Also a bit appley. Not as sweet as the single malts, though. All right, now I'm going to turn those bits into an old fashioned. Went in person last time. Budget cuts, stay behind. It's really intriguing. I don't think I've ever done a 3-day online conference. I think I've done a 1-day. 3 days, though. Well, I hope it's either, I don't know, entertaining, enthralling, or you can get away with not actually watching it for 3 days. Damn. That sounds like a bit of a travail, quite honestly. All right. Old-fashioned time. Ooh, that just those little whiskey tastings warmed me up. Get that tasty sugar syrup. Now, how much whiskey do we have if I pour my little tastings in here? Anything else? Oh shit, it's actually more than I thought. And yeah, okay. Put a bit more Chief's Sun in there. That'll do. Whiskey. Und wo ist meine Bitters? I'm just come and sit over here and do my bitters. Yeah, bitters. Two aromatic and I think one orange. Mixing it up a bit. All right. And an orange peel. Okay, this orange feels a bit weird, but we'll see. Yep, it's a little bit weird. Gosh darn it. And there. Try again. It's a bit better. I think I want to trim this one a bit. Here's my knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Actually, it's a knife. Knives are not defined by their size, Mick Dundee. Knives are defined by them being a bladed, edged thingy. Tell me about the conference. Don't want to give away. Yeah, no. We don't want to give away too much of our work life. I could say like, oh, my work, we're going to be facing budget cuts because of the silver report. That doesn't cut it down. That's going to be everyone. But we'll see. Nobody knows what the future will bring. Ring-a-ding-ding. It's quite the thing. Don't know why I'm making a little song there, but you know, it's happened now. There's no stopping it. There's no putting the genie back in the bottle. No putting the toothpaste back in the tube. It's a thing that's happened, and we all have to deal with it. Well, let's just chill that a little bit more. What's this taste like? That's damn good. That's all I'm going to say. It's damn good. Who did what now? I did a thing with who and the what. I mean, you know, there's a lot of who's and a lot of whats and a lot of doing. I mean, it's quite hard to nail it down. I just realized I haven't got the comments up on the screen. I usually remember to do that. But I didn't. But no one prompted me, and I remembered it belatedly, all on my own. And I feel some strange sense of accomplishment for that. I have an idea of a thing I'm going to try now and see if it works. Wait, where's my button for full screen? No, that's not what I want. I don't want that. Don't want. Wait, what's this? No, that's the invite. Jesus, I'm just making this shit up. Ooh. I made myself go away. What the hell? Oh, that was weird. Okay, I'm really embarrassed that I'm struggling to work this out. I'm just trying. Oh, there it is. I knew it was a freaking thing there. Okay. Good guys do the darndest things. It's Hiroshima Day tomorrow, and it remains the darkest irony that the people who say they're the good guys nuked 2 civilian targets. Yum. Oh. What, Google censored Hiroshima? God, it does the weirdest things. The comment censoring is absolutely surreal. There's no rhyme nor reason for it. Beard always grows so unevenly, honestly. Okay, well, that time I saw you type Hiroshima. It's so freaking weird. It remains a source of considerable confusion to me. You know, it lets swears go. I saw a video on YouTube that seemed from its title to be a bit hand-wringing, but I didn't watch it, so I don't know. Maybe it's a good video. But it was a catchy title. It's like, is social media censorship unaliving language? Unaliving being a thing that people invented because saying it other ways gets you like demonetized or even your videos banned or whatnot. Yeah, see, fuckity fuck is fine. Safa, it's what the thing is. YouTube is very inconsistent. You don't trust theirs; they're up to something. Well, I don't trust atoms. They make up everything. It's a counter dad joke. Uh, Justin, someone you went to uni with was part of the first round of cuts, joined the Fed government afterwards. Mog to your department. Yeah, I don't know if we're actually getting a mog, which, if anyone does, I assume no one who's outside the public sector knows because it's a weird government term. It's the machinery of government, which is the way the public service is structured. And you regularly get government ministers or premiers or prime ministers changing the structure on a whim. And that's called a MOG change, machinery of government change. See, there you go, Dr. Abigail. See, you can get away with. Sorry, YouTube's so weird. Safa, what did I have for dinner? I had meatball pasta bake, which I got from the supermarket, which I added a couple things to and was actually damn yum. It's actually turning it into 3 meals. So, yeah, so for fun facts or boring facts? See, yeah, exactly, Dr. Abigail. The censorship is for weird. Did we have rain? There was some overnight rain last night. Like the driveway was wet when I got up. CBD was just kind of busy, normal. Because I did actually go out and about because I went to Dan Murphy's. My train home was busy because all the fucking school kids were on it because I got on a train at about 3:30. Just in the US can't happen without legislation. Government departments are statutory bodies there. Oh, there you go. No new mail, Safa. Still got a veritable mountain of Toby mail I haven't opened because he just sent so damn much of it. Oh, that's so fucking tasty. No Toby at the moment, no. But he might show up. He's a man of mystery. You never know where he is or what he's doing. Well, I mean, I know what he's doing. I can track his movements through the receipts. You see how many times he gets McDonald's for breakfast, how many times he gets iced coffee, milk, and a chocolate bar from the supermarket. It's a man who knows what he wants, is what I'm saying, and wants to tell me what he wants, apparently. So that is all for the good. Justin's why US education department still exists, being gutted but it can't be abolished. Same with US aid. Well, you might not be able to legally do things, but you can effectively do things. Kind of fun how they're saying like funding cuts Trump's already done are expected to kill, 40 million people. Just like that. That's just a thing he can do. Stroke of a pen, not funding that anymore. 40 million people will die. Don't care. And absolutely zero of his supporters care. And to be honest, from what I'm seeing, precious few fucking Democrats care very much. It's absolutely, was it surreal, mind-bending, creepy? It's fucked up. It is fucked up is what it is. I think what we're seeing with Trump is interesting, strange, weird, because, okay, of course, when different administrations take over, and this is anywhere in the world, any political system, different administrations take over, it isn't uncommon for them to go, oh, I'm going to stop doing a thing the previous administration did. I'm going to get rid of it. And it can be more or less difficult. And in fact, in most jurisdictions around the world, you've got to go a little bit softly, because if you do anything too extreme, then there's often public, i.e., voter retaliation. What we're seeing with Trump is someone who just does not give a fuck and is behaving in an incredibly extreme way and has absolutely zero fucks about any consequences. Justin, do I know Bush did a lot to fight AIDS in Africa? No, that is not a thing I knew. I don't know any details about that, which would be interesting if. So you're talking about Bush the second or Bush the first? Either would be interesting because, I mean, of course, Reagan couldn't even say the word AIDS as tens of thousands of people were dying in America. Bush the second. That's a bit more likely than Bush the first, given Bush the first was Reagan's deputy, and Reagan was so anti that, and Bush Sr. was pretty puritanical. I mean, Bush Jr. was a cokehead wild man. But a butterfly, you got to get going to work in 30 minutes earlier. Got to get dressed. Dang, that sucks. I mean, I'm happy because I've done my 2 days in the office. No more office this week. So I can get up half an hour later, don't rush into the shower, spend my first hour or two working in my gym jams, and then I basically time it around meetings. It's going like, if I'm going to go on camera to have a meeting, I like to have a shower about an hour before that. So my hair's dry. I care about my appearances on my Teams meetings. So I still remember back to the glory days of like the first year of lockdowns. The team I was in, because it was a real go-getter dynamic project team, we're doing the agile thing. We'd have a stand-up meeting every morning, a very quick meeting every morning on what everyone's doing. But everyone had got to a phase where they weren't putting the camera on for the stand-up. And one time, this is in the middle of winter, so I've got my big fuzzy dressing gown on, and go start the meeting, and accidentally I switched my camera on, and because no one else had their camera on, that meant it just full screened me for everyone wearing my dressing gown, and I'm like, whoops. That was a source of great amusement to the rest of the team. They did not let it go for a long time. Dr. Bush Jr., one of many evil politicians whose parents should have just let them be an artist. Maybe. So actually, our venue at date night was quite busy. They were doing quite the roaring trade. It's a smallish venue, right on next to the middle Brighton train station platform, Le Petite Société, and we had a really good time. There's that's about the third time we've been there, and there's this young lad, Oscar, works there, and he's very enthusiastic to see us back. They had they changed their menu a bit. There were new drinks on the cocktail menu, so we had 3 new to us cocktails. They were all absolute fucking bangers. Like, all the cocktails were good, but it's always a risk when you get a new one. You go, I don't know what this is going to be like. The new ones were all absolute bangers. There was not a dud. We had 3 cocktails each, not a dud between them. It's very good. When I get there and leave, we were there about 2 hours, so we got there about 6:30 and left about 8:30. Got home about 9:30. And we're old people. did a few things, and it was time to go to bed. This is a classic because we were really enjoying the cocktails and like, oh, do you want another one? And we're like, no, we've actually learned if we do more than 3, one or both of us kind of feels like crap the next day. So no, thank you. We shan't do a third cocktail, a fourth cocktail, I should say. Yeah, bed by 10 p.m. basically. Well, same as from the streams. I like to go to bed about 10 o'clock. Apart from party night, geez, we haven't had a 2 a.m. party night for a while, but we did last Friday night. And even going to bed at 2 a.m., that was pretty arbitrary. I wasn't that tired. I did have a nap in the afternoon, though. I got up, and it was kind of fun, and went and caught up with young Mr. Angry. We had a hangout. I did have my breakfast baguette. Thank you, Safa. It was very good. Then I caught up with young Mr. Angry for lunch, went to this really bougie cafe. It's a little bit expensive for lunch, but what the hell? I hadn't seen him in a while, so shouted him lunch. And I got it was this really bougie thing called beef cheeks. It was this really tender beef, poached eggs, potato rosti, like full on. I hung out with him, dropped him off at one of his friends' places just before 4. And I came home and had a nap, and then we went out. Well, the fun thing was, Safa, on Sunday, we got up early to go to the Caulfield Racetrack Markets because we wanted to get pastries from this really yummy bread and pastry vendor who's there. There's this fun lady who always remembers me from the shirts, just going, oh, you've got another one of those shirts. How many of them do you have? We only go there once a month, and she remembers me. So I had pastry for breakfast, and I had the baguette for lunch on Sunday. Oh, Safa, the pastry, it was like sour cherries and custard in a really crispy pastry, like croissant. It wasn't a croissant, but it was that sort of crispy. Oh, so good. Just enjoy seeing myself doing the live streams on 80. I mean, it's the most social I get, mate. I think I'm going to, if I retire, I think I'm just going to live stream all day. Do Twitch streams all day. Call myself the oldest man on Twitch. And just spout radical politics all day. Holy shit, that old-fashioned was really good. Do I want to do another one? That's the big question. It's only 8:30. Could maybe do another drink. And then have a mineral water. I mean, that seems like a reasonable thing to do. Doesn't seem too outrageous. Dr. Abigail, I think high fatigue day. Don't have the energy to get food to eat. Oh, no. Yeah, no, that is bad. I had one, and I even said this to Miss Angry just so you knew, because we had to clean up. Got a rental inspection tomorrow. So we were doing cleaning stuff. I was doing mopping, and it fucking wiped me out. And I hate it because I felt really bad, like, oh, am I not doing my part for the cleanup? I cleaned the bar, and I mopped all through the house, and I was fucking wasted. And it was sort of like the fatigue was that bad. I just felt it like, oh, I might have even said this on the stream. I don't know. But I was getting this wave of fatigue, and it's like, oh, I'd only need to be feeling a little bit depressed, and I could just give up and lie in bed. Justin, go back to pre-recorded videos only if I retire, man. Literally. I don't want to fuck up my employment as I go on the road to retirement. So I don't think I'd really be doing pre-recorded videos or trying to make serious inroads to anything like Twitch or any other social media platform until I retire. Here, I'm just doing this stuff fucking around. Madam Butterfly, haven't thoroughly combed your hair in 2 weeks. Got to put your hair in a ponytail, throw some crap together in a lunch bag, everything else, cry, and head to work. Well, sometimes you just got to do it. Sometimes you just got to cry and head to work. It's just how it is sometimes. There's not too much we can do about it. But I could. Oh, I had. Okay. I'm going to do a Mexican old fashioned. I have decided I was going to have a little bit of chili liqueur in it, just enough to spark it up. So we are going to do the sugar syrup again. Let my people go to church. Okay, we want mezcal. Yes, we do. Mezcal and some tequila. Añejo tequila. %% agave. And the chili liqueur is in here. A little bottle with a label on it. Chili. That's it. But we are just going to put a little bit on this with a chili Oaxacan old fashioned. Put that back. And in fact, would it be a Oaxacan? Where are these from? See if I can work out where these bottles come from. Okay, it's actually in Spanish. Yep, the description's actually in Spanish. What about this one, the Añejo? Hecho in Mexico. Christ, this is in Spanish too. I guess. Very authentico. My agave spirits and labels are all in Spanish. So I was going to look at what state in Mexico they were distilled, but the label's all in Spanish, so I don't know. But, you know, that's okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. Just to see Vic Gov wants to. Oh yeah, I did. Man, the establishment media is very upset at Vic government wanting to legislate rights to work from home for the private sector, not just the public sector, because they realize the way it fucked up for the Liberals, it's actually a vote getter, which is funny. And the Liberals are too scared to aggressively go against it. It's just so fucking funny to watch. But yes, they're, according to at least one source, and I'm not a constitutional expert, and I don't know if this person actually is a constitutional expert, but they were saying if federal law and state law cover the same area, federal law trumps state law. So if the state government mandates where appropriate, people should be able to work from home 2 days of work in the private sector. And if a private sector employer wants to fight that, they would go to court and say, That contradicts federal legislation. Federal legislation wins. But yeah. I swear to God, all these corporate types who are very angry um, at the whole working from home thing, they're so fucking clueless. Like, they don't know that they just come across as bad managers. They just say all these waffly things. What it is like, I don't want my workers to be happy. Hey, Greg, how are you doing, by the way? And they're just shit. All the people arguing against working from home, they're just shit. They fucking suck. But and probably the silliest they sound is when they're like, "Oh, we think in 5 years it'll be, 5 days a week will be." It's like, dude, like after people have been used to having more of a life for 10 years, you think they're going to give it up? Like the lie of all this stupid corporate work has to be done in an office. The lie's been thoroughly exposed for a decade. And you think, well, we proved for a decade that I don't have to go into the office. So now I will just give up this just incredibly improved life I have for no reason. That seems real. Just you see an analysis, the Libs could be reduced to 2 seats at the next South Australia election. That's funny. Geez, they're a bit on the fucking nose, aren't they? Like even in Tasmania, where they're doing well, it's like when Labor forced a no confidence motion, and they were saying they thought the premier would just resign and someone else would be premier, but he actually called an election. But Labor and Liberal have the same number of seats as before, but in terms of the crossbench, some people were suggesting Labor would have more of a chance of getting the support to form a minority government. Who knows? Who friggin' knows? The next Victorian state election will be interesting. The corporate media will be so fucking upset. So upset if Labor win the next Victorian state election. Because they've been so pissed off that the Victorian public has ignored them 3 elections in a row when they've just done this wall of negativity to Labor and people voted Labor anyway. Upsets them a lot. Just you want the Libs to win 0 seats. Look, dude, anything's possible. Greg, the ATO are putting pressure to get people back in as they're losing money somewhere down the line. I don't know what that is. Tell you what, though, there was a pretty full-on Four Corners report that the ATO had lost $2 billion to really obvious scams. It was just, geez, Four Corners just seems to be really going for it. This week's was ripping on lawyers who do class action things and they just take all the money. So the plaintiffs in class actions get bugger all and the lawyers make out like bandits. But yeah, the $2 billion scam the ATO fell for was pretty wild. So far, I did not watch Four Corners. I read summaries online. I saw the stories on the ABC website. Yeah, no, Justin, it's stupidly easy to defraud the ATO. Apparently what these people did, criminals, like people who just come out of jail, they fake up a company and say like, oh yeah, my construction company was doing all this stuff and and as a result, we get to claim $600,000 GST refund. It's like, oh yes, we built 100 houses, and so we incurred this, so we get a $600,000 GST refund. And the OTA goes, okay. And they literally lost $2 billion from people just doing BAS reports, just saying, give me some money, like give me a lot of money. And the ATA goes, okay. Jesus. It was like ridiculously easy to defraud them. And it's like I often say, people who do it don't realize they're criminals. These people were full on criminals, like people who've already done jail time, and they just don't give a shit. Like, they've done jail time for doing armed robberies. They don't give a shit if they do jail time for stealing an absolute massive amount of money from the ATO. Dr. Abigail, watch the episode. Crazy easy to claim. One dude claimed almost made $1 million about a month after leaving jail. Yeah. The one guy who did it actually straight out of jail, and he was claiming for years back. And if they investigated at all, they went, oh, this guy was in jail in the time he says he should be claiming this stuff for. Yes, that was the other thing, Justin. They got 2% of the money back. Just if you get caught, go to jail, released. No point pursuing. Oh, it depends. Yeah. Again, I could be wrong, but I think these outright criminals might be better at spending or secreting the money in a way that means the tax office can just never get it back. Like, there's people who literally don't give a shit about going to jail. And it's just like, oh, okay. I lived the high life for a while, and now you're going to send me to jail. Okay. Yeah. All right. I have a mineral water, because if I have another old fashioned, I'm going to be drunk. So let us. So I'm being responsible. And just as I was about to say that out loud, I remember like, oh, but I'm doing an experiment that some people might call evil. Some people might call illegal. Some people might call dangerous. But I'm doing it anyway. I'm freezing some apple cider with the theory that the alcohol freezes last or not at all. So you're concentrating the alcohol from it. It's an old thing in America they call apple jacking. If you do it with beer, apparently they call it ice beer. You freeze it for a while and take the ice out and drink the stuff where there's the alcohol concentrate. Again, I'm just doing it just for novelty. Like, it doesn't seem a good or sensible idea to me. But who knows? Maybe it's going to taste. Yes, Applejack, Dr. Abigail. Okay, this is a little bit of history. Where this comes from, apple growing areas of the United States, like 18th, 19th century, in winter, they would just put the places that get really cold with snow and all, they would just put barrels of apple cider outside in winter, and it would freeze, except your alcohol doesn't freeze unless you got ridiculously low temperatures. Then they take the ice out, and the liquid that was left is concentrated, has concentrated the alcohol. Now, this was made illegal because it was dangerous, because apparently, rudimentary fermenting techniques used to make the apple cider meant there was methanol in it. And when you concentrated it, you were concentrating the methanol. And methanol does things like cause extremely bad hangovers and liver failure and blindness and death. So, but ethanol is an antidote for methanol. ethanol is the alcohol we can drink. But anyway, I'm using commercially produced apple cider, which is not going to have methanol or is going to have bare trace amounts of methanol. So the experiment, I'm doing my directional freezing with my double wall insulated coffee cups. And so I normally do that to get clear ice, but I'm doing it with apple cider. And it's like, okay, so there's a couple of bits to the experiment. I want to see what happens. One is just, does it work? Does it freeze some of it and leave some liquid? No. The second bit is, does it taste any good? Does like the concentrated apple cider, the Applejack, does it taste good? The third thing is, do I get clear ice when I do that? Because I'm genuinely interested to know if the water part actually freezes clear. And then the other bit of the experiment I'm interested in is the ice flavored? Like, does the ice taste like apple? So it's essentially 4 experiments in one. Just 1, does it work? 2, does it taste nice? 3, does it make clear ice? 4, is the ice flavored? So that's for Friday night stream. I'm freezing stuff in the freezer, and I'll be taking them out of the coffee cups on Friday. That'll be ready for Friday night stream. So I'll do all the reveals and the tasting on Friday night stream. And I've looked it up. It's probably not meant to do it. I don't think I'm technically breaking any laws. I haven't been able to find something that defined this is law. I'll probably research it a little bit more before Friday. But, you know, in terms of it, like, oh, you're leading people astray. Oh, dude, strong alcohol is so cheap. There's no point in doing this for the small yields I'm going to get out of this. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just doing it for a bit of fun. But mind you, if it tastes even vaguely decent, I might make some more and barrel age it. Yes, we just had the latest super tax on spirits. It's been halted for beer, at least momentarily. But yeah, there's now more than $100 of tax on every liter of alcohol. So, yeah, so like standard spirits, which are like 40% alcohol, there's like $45 tax per liter on that. And I get, look, okay, alcohol is a social ill. But I don't know. I think maybe they should pause it or stop it. It's just like, it seems excessive. I don't know. I think there was a very aggressive opinion piece in the ABC website about cigarette excise and how it's gotten very silly, the illegal cigarette trade. Surprise, alcohol tax is more than cigarettes. I don't think so. Like, I think there's more than $1 of tax on every cigarette now. But yeah, there was this really feisty opinion piece on the ABC website that the whole illegal tobacco trade has gotten really stupid, and the majority of state governments are absolutely failing to do it. But apparently in South Australia, they're just going, yeah, fuck it. There's just like the anti-illegal alcohol squad have got really sweeping powers of no warrant search and seizure and just automatically shutting shops down because it's not even hidden. So yeah. Justin, yes, I would be paying a lot of tax given the amount of alcohol I have. So I'm keeping the goddamn government in business, basically. The thousands of dollars of tax I've paid. Over COVID. Of course, you get rich people who say the only sort of tax that should exist is a consumption tax like GST or excise or tariffs. Um, they say that's fair. You get taxed based on what you, and it's just like, yeah, fuck you, you greedy fucks. Soon as billionaires say something is a good idea, you know it's some fucked up bullshit that just benefits them. I did see a funny post on social media. It's going, you know what I think we should do with billionaires? Every year, we should there should be a set day, and we work out who in the world has amassed the most wealth, and we execute them and distribute their wealth to the needy. Uh, and that would solve a lot of problems because in the lead up to that date, all the richest people would desperately start giving money to charities and whatnot, so they're not the one who gets the chop. Just reckon it's funny. Genuine tobacconists are upset about illegal cigarettes. How unethical the whole industry is. I mean, it was interesting. Like I said, I saw this really opinionated bit on the ABC website, and it actually did have a fairly practical solution for enforcement because Jesus Christ, the violence that's come up with this illegal tobacco trade is ridiculous. Go do something about it. Dr. Ray, you like that idea? Composter? I thought it was entertaining. Like it was a double barrel thing about, executing the wealthiest person, but also noting that in the lead up to that date, all the richest people would start giving their wealth to the needy. So they weren't the one that got the chop. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's a bit more extreme than my one of just imprison all the oligarchs, the billionaires, until every person in the supply chain that actually created the wealth that they claim as their own is properly compensated and lives a comfortable life. Then, when all those people are properly compensated, then the oligarchs, the captains of industry and whatnot, they can have what's left, and also they have to pay to clean up uh, whatever shit they create in that thing. And if after all those things, which are only fair, if they've still got masses of money, good on you. You legitimately did a thing where you, from at least some perspective, earned the money. Currently, they all steal the money by a combination of directly stealing from the people whose labor creates the wealth, and also metaphorically stealing our future by causing pollution and other woes, which will fuck up other people down the line. And they take no responsibility for it, where they should be forced to take responsibility for it. Oh yeah, no, Justin, legal tobacco is fucked up. There's no two ways about it. So who knows? But yeah, the apparent impunity with which the illegal tobacco trade operates at the moment is fucking annoying, quite honestly. But who knows? I don't know why more extreme action isn't taken by a government, because it's win-win. No one's going to have the shits with them for shutting down the illegal tobacco trade. But what are you going to do? Yeah, I've never been a smoker, and I find smoking absolutely disgusting. And having grown up in a world where smokers got to inflict their shit on the general population, I am a massive, overwhelming fan of what's happened in the last 20, 30 years, where smokers are restricted, not stopped, but they are restricted from inflicting their shit on the general populace, because it was extremely disgusting, self-centered behavior. And fuck that bullshit is what I say. So, you know, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Yeah, so, that's my big take. Fuck the oligarchs, fuck the tobacco industry, and there's probably a few other people I'll say that about as well, because I'm not shy with my opinions. I'm very much, what's the other thing? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out of here. Ah. Yeah, it would be ironic, Justin, if the rot Howard set in and Howard did any number of disgusting things. It would be ironically humorous if the rot Howard caused ultimately resulted in the destruction of the Liberal Party. That would be fun. Hopefully, I am a bit more relaxed now that you're here, actually. So thank you for giving me the freedom to relax a bit. Um, Good to see you. I'm just chilling out. I'm already drinking some mineral water. I need you all to uh, invigorate me, give me energy, because I swear to God, like just an hour before the stream, I was going, oh God, I'm fucked. I hope the stream does the usual thing about invigorating me and giving me energy, because I don't have any now. That's what you do, but your balls drop in relaxation. Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, Justin might be. I mean, because I'm very very deep in the fuck John Howard camp. I mean, there's an enormous amount to be extremely angry at that guy about. The big one for me is the way he mainstreamed racism into Australian politics. I've always been extremely frustrated with the cowardice of the Labor Party not standing up to it. Um, but Howard was the one that was really at fault of making racism centerpiece in Australian politics. Entirely possible Liberals never be elected to power again. Okay. Uh, you know what? It'd be fun if you were right, Justin, but every single, again, just looking at history, when people think, oh, that's it, they got really trounced in that election, they're never coming back. Whoever they're talking about comes back. Unfortunately, if I was building my own house, what brick would you use? I don't know anything about bricks. So for Howard was a slightly more sophisticated racist than Hanson. Hanson's just ridiculous, bogan, brain dead fuckwit who progressively learned some sort of rat cunning of what, oh wait, there are really stupid people who eat this shit up and I can exploit them. Um, Whereas Howard just cynically used racism about boat people to gee up his vote. Oh, what color bricks? I have to admit, I'm a fan of your classic red brick. Sometimes people use lighter bricks, those tan ones. Don't like them. Do not like them. Dr. Abigail's gone purple and mauve, which is a bold choice. I'm old school conservative red brick. So if Pauline Hanson came to your town 2016, people said they didn't want to. Yeah, it's weird the way she's metastasized over the years. Like when she started, she was just genuinely ignorant. Uh, and as the years have progressed, she's gotten more cynical and developed this sort of exploitative rat cunning, where she's just saying stuff she doesn't believe, and she's just leaning into like, oh, it's some crazy shit. Oh, if I say crazy conspiracy shit, the freaks love it. Great, I'm just gonna say whatever crazy conspiracy shit I can come up with. It's ridiculous. So, Billy, Sophie, you like the red brick too? Most houses in WA are all fucking sandstone. No, go red brick. Suffer, no. Pauline Hanson didn't make good fish and chips. Dr. Erico, you ought to eat the positive vibes. Get up the energy to open up a can of tuna. Oof. So we've got to, I don't know, we've got to send cosmic energy to Dr. Abigail. I mean, Justin, it is theoretically possible the Liberal Party, as it exists, could go the way of the United Australia Party, be New Conservative Party. But the difference, what you say is not impossible, but the difference between now and the 50s is the sheer volume of money the Liberal Party has. But I don't know, nothing lasts forever, man. Safi, your parents is yellow sandstone. Home I grew up in was a brick home, but I don't know. My parents got flim-flammed by some salesman who convinced them that they'd spray on this stuff. It was this weird white stuff they sprayed on that would, it would protect the bricks and whatnot. And it was just this weird, rough. It's kind of like you spray a bunch of foam and it goes hard. So it was some sort of concrete thing. And I do remember my mum saying she regret that they fell for it because she really didn't like what it did. But yeah, it was like you look at my house. It was a dirty white because this uneven white stuff was impossible to clean. So it was always a dirty white. And if that hadn't been sprayed over the house, it would have just been a brick house. But yeah. I mean, I don't remember it being done, so it was done either in the 60s or early 70s. Dr. We're going to have backwards breakfast. Does that mean eat some cereal? Literally backwards breakfast, you'd be sticking it up your bum. That would be completely backwards at that point. And I'm sorry for putting that mental image in everyone's house. And for the elderly, you reckon there was a thing in it? Well, when it was done to my house, because I don't remember it being done, so it was probably done in the 60s. And there's like no other house on the street has it. So no one else got convinced to do it. So I have literally no idea when my parents bought the family home. The family folklore was that at one point it was a hospital, like it was 4 or 5 bedrooms, and it had definitely had multiple extensions built onto it, because there were bits of it that were clearly inside that clearly used to be an exterior wall. So, uh, I don't know. Oh, nice. Dr. Abigail's still doing the cubing, down to 2 to 3 minutes. Um, I never had the focus or staying power to like memorize the algorithms and just do it. Like I had, one of the books that tell you how to do it. And I was like, oh yeah, I can see it's these patterns. It's this pattern and that pattern and that pattern. Okay. But I never had the focus to actually memorize the movements to develop the patterns. Ugh. You have to think a particular way to be a successful cuber. Oh, did you worry, Anthony? I've got that is not staying power, that's focus. This is different. I got stamina where it counts, buddy. Don't you worry. Yes, and I'll just say, don't be too cheeky, or I'll just tell you all about old people sex. Put you off your food for a week. Oh dear. I mean, I won't actually, respecting Mrs. Angry's privacy, but it's just a vague threat I love throwing at people. Shut up and stop bothering me, or I'll tell you about old people sex and traumatize you. Because when you're young, you think you know everything, and you're sure that old people aren't doing anything interesting. Nimble fingers. Oh dear. See, you're trying to provoke me into telling you sex things. I'm not that far off doing it. You want to be careful. I love that one. I feel if Seth didn't like old people sex, she wouldn't be with you. A bit of self-effacing humor. That's what we like. Uh, oh, and also, oh, hey, Lisa. How are you? Nice to see you. I was going to say, for you, hopefully, what you might be interested in. I hadn't bought anything for a while, and when I was in the city, Dan's at QV had the Chief Sun whiskies on special, like 30% off. It's a distillery not far from me, out on the Mornington Peninsula, and they make good whiskies. And I thought I had another one. Apparently finished it without realizing it. Anyway, but that's more expensive than the one I had. But yeah, when it's third off, it's a bit more affordable. I'm doing fairly well, Lisa. Thank you. And how was my weekend? My weekend was fucking great, actually. Like date night was really good. I have didn't say this a bit earlier, but yeah, the place we went to, they had changed their cocktail menu. So we go to two sorts of places. Uh, sorry, Justin, you just joking. What's the closest I've come to gay sex? I mean, standing next to AIDSy. I mean, it's. Oh god, hopefully you got hungover as fucked. Lisa, want to see my cocktail collection? Oh, what did you do an art thingy? You could put it on the Discord if you got something to show me. What am I doing? What's going on here? I was not that hungover. Earlier, I mentioned everyone hung out with young Mr. Angry, had a nap in the afternoon, then went out, and it was friggin' great. Date night was great. Had 3 cocktails that were new to us, and they were all absolute fucking bangers, like 9 plus out of 10. They were really good. This place is really good. This place has got me raving about their margaritas, and I'm not a huge margarita person, and their margaritas are so good, like they're so well balanced. I'm just like, this is what margarita should be. This is fucking awesome. So yeah, I was saying, what do we have food wise? It's these deep fried spicy shrimp and arancini. And now I'm going to try and remember because I blanked. We had, oh, that's right. Okay, so we had a vegetarian nachos, which was friggin' like, it's just like the corn chips were so good. Oh, God, yeah, Safa, I just saw you saying getting pixelated. Yeah, I'm actually getting, you don't see it, but right here, I've got a warning that my bandwidth just suddenly went to shit. Hopefully it'll come back. Hopefully it'll come back. I don't know. Yes, so, but we also had this potato raclette. It's like baked potato, really thinly sliced, nicely cooked potato, and the raclette, because this place has got a French vibe, and raclette is like melted cheese over the top of it. Friggin' awesome. And the desserts were awesome, and the cocktails were awesome. It was just fucking good. It's a pretty busy venue. Lisa, you messaged me. Let me have a look. It has not come through yet for me. Maybe because my friggin' bandwidth is friggin' screwed at the moment. Oh, wait, I think it literally just came through when I was saying... We'll see. Safra, I genuinely think I maybe do need to get a new Ethernet cable. Because this one's been in place for 8 years, I guess. So I legit think maybe I do need to get a new Ethernet cable. I have to go and suss them because I need a fairly long one to go the length of the house. Safa, Justin, official guidance on AI. Well, VicGov has general guidance. And if anyone asks me about AI, I say, like, you should assume anything you put into one of these AI engines, large language models, you should assume anything you put in there is in the public domain. So do not put anything into them that shouldn't be in the public domain. Dr. A, I think it's the cable. Check the cable. I know you're going to come over here. It's just weird. It just started happening. Okay, I think I'm back with the bandwidth. It just started happening, I don't know, a couple months ago. Just shitey things. So Lisa, I don't know. Were you saying you did a teaser artwork to get me in because it didn't come through? But we could discuss stuff on Discord, of course. I admire your hustle, Lisa. So how often do we have power outages? Oh, almost never. I'm feeling mildly Tim Smith from an espresso martini and 2 red wines. Damn, well, I've had 2 old fashions. I made, after I did a comparative whiskey tasting, I made an old fashioned with whiskey. Fucking Chief Son. Good fucking whiskey. And Then I made an agave one, a mix of mezcal, tequila, and chili liqueur. That was also good. I mean, I might make one more. 9:20. Good. Make one more drink before it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go look at booze and see if I get inspired. Okay. Okay, let me see. Is there something I haven't used in a while? Do I want to do something with gin? Do I want to do something with brandy? Do I want to do something with rum? Do 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 do. Brandy, brandy, brandy. We got two different honey liqueurs. Actually, three if you count Drambuie, I guess. Brandy, brandy, brandy. Rum, rum, rum. Okay, anything in the mysterious cupboard of mystery that piques my interest. Ooh, apple and honey, maybe? I have an idea. Honeycomb? Yeah, just kind of want to finish that bottle, really. And something high proof. That's pretty high proof. All right. Gonna make another old fashioned. Let's go. Just do a little bit of sugar syrup. Man, I fucking love that sugar syrup. How much of this? All right. A little bit of this. And a little bit high proof to beef it up. All right. All right, all right, all right. And we just want some bitters. What did I say in here that I haven't used for a while? Whiskey bitters from Gospel. All right. Whiskey bitters. Okie dokie. Now I'm sitting down. So I am. All right, I'm going to full screen myself again. All right. So we spin the ice, chill the drink. That's all good. Now, what does this taste like? It's very good. It's very good. Very, 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 very good. Quality, quality, quality. That's what we've got here. We've got quality. I would do an ad for my cocktails, like one of those weird discount furniture places. It'd be like the Franco Cozzo of cocktails. Grande cocktail, grande cocktail, grande cocktail. Yeah, I want to go up. I'm sure there's a bunch of Franco Cozzo ads on YouTube. I'm gonna look up Franco Cozzo ads on YouTube and be the Franco Cozzo of cocktails. Gonna King Brand Street, New Down. No, wait. God, that was Sunshine Furniture. I was just remembering. Franco Cozzo was in Forestgrey. Sunshine Furniture was the far less successful version in Sydney. Was on King Street for a while, and he spelt Sunshine S-O-N, shine, because he's saying it was like him and his sons, and these really cheap ads he would do a late night TV. What you need is a good dose of sunshine, and he'd go on about these just awful garish furniture and and all the prices, and he goes, "Gonna King and Brand Street, New Down." Franco Cozzo, I just remember Grande Sale, Grande Sale, Grande Sale. Man, that's pretty yummy. For something I randomly knocked together, that has worked quite well. Man, these glasses are so weird. Like, to see things, I need the screen to be further away than normally would. And this is nicely in focus, but I also have to have the glasses sitting here. So they like leave a line on my cheek. I'm going to end up with lines on my cheeks. It's redonkulous is what I'm saying. But, you know, it is what it is. Went out to the Caulfield markets on Sunday, and the sun was so bright because these are darkening polarized lenses. They were like jet black. The sun was so bright, and it was quite early. And it was early in the day, so the sun was still low in the sky. And so we couldn't see half the stuff because the sunlight was just right in our eyes. So it was a whole thing. It was a whole. I haven't said that so far tonight, I don't think, but it was in fact a whole thing. The sun shining in our eyes. Our favourite thing about going to the Caulfield Racecourse for the markets at various bits of is this really shitty pothole, unsealed or partially sealed road going there. Worst potholes I've seen in a very long time. But there are people who point, like, go that way. As much as always in the car taking the piss, like, I hope this person points. Oh, they pointed. Quality pointing. Thank you for the pointing. Let's go where they're pointing. So we look for some top shelf pointing when we go to the Caulfield Community Markets at the Caulfield Racecourse. And I did take, 3 or 4 samples from the Imbue Distillery. I'm going to have to buy something from them. I bought stuff from them before. Last few times, I've just had samples and not bought anything. Was it Safa? Do you watch the weekend edition? Where's the weekend? Hopefully, last week tonight, John, what's his name? John Oliver. God, I didn't remember for a second. So, John Oliver is good. Was Planet America? I know what Planet America is. I've seen little bits of it. I don't think I've ever actually watched Planet America though. That's friggin' tasty. Very different to the old fashions. I mean, so that's pretty. Chat's fixed. Wait, did the chat freeze for a while? Because there was no new chat for a while. So were you guys like typing and it wasn't appearing? So if that's the truth, that's YouTube. That's not me. I don't control the chat. Oh, okay. I thought everyone had just stopped talking to me. So the chat window wasn't working for you. And of course, you can't tell me the chat window's not working because you need to send me chat messages to tell me the chat window's not working. Vicious circle, really. I was wondering if there was a technical problem, actually. So I'm just sending a message. Did you mean you'd already done some art? Chat was balked for a while. Okay. No, I don't think StreamYard can affect YouTube chat. I look again, I could easily be wrong, but I don't think StreamYard can affect YouTube chat. So I think it was YouTube. Yes, chat wasn't working. Okay, you didn't like it. I thought it was weird that there was just no new chat. You know, call me vain, as in I'm so vain I probably think this song is about me. Um, uh, but that's the way it goes. Joey, every now and then it just pops back into my head. I'm not going back into the office for the rest of the week. That makes me so happy. Not that I hated going into the office. Like a lot of my team were there on Monday. We hung out, we had chats. It was good. There was a big round table meeting together. That was fine. Had lunch. It was fine. I don't hate it, but Jesus Christ, the liberation of only doing it a couple of days a week is so good. Greg, listen to doing the dishes, dude. I'm glad to be your oral wallpaper man, keeping you company while you do the necessary. I know personally, yeah, I tend to listen to audio books when I'm doing the dishes or doing stuff around the house. Uh, Speaking of audiobooks, I started a new one. I'm back in nonfiction. Uh, Naomi Klein's Doppelganger. Lisa, okay? You saw my message on Discord. There you go. Oral. I made a very specific pronunciation, Safa. Oral. Aural, which means listening. You dirty little man. I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. What? Sorry. Oh God. I have to put this meme up that Shuseika put on the Discord. How it feels when you let the IT guy control your desktop remotely. That is more than a little unsettling, but very, very funny. Oh my God. So I love all the questions. U Foods actually came quite late on Friday, like about 4 o'clock or something. Little apostrophes. You mean an umlaut? No, oral is Aural. That's listening. Oral is mouth. Au is sound. Lisa, I did get your message. I will look. I'll reply to you tomorrow. can't really be doing a lot of texting while trying to do a live stream. But tomorrow I'll be trying to avoid doing work, so I'll be able to respond to you tomorrow. I guess just random. I think I saw something in like movie world that judged me. Oh God, Charlie, I have to admit, I got such a surprise when you had 28 years later on your Plex, which I'm sure you know I watched on the weekend. And no spoilers. This is just my personal experience of 28 years later. I did like it. I was a little surprised at how low key it actually felt because yeah, there were all the rage zombies and fucking violence and shit, and just weird fucking shit happening. And but I was also like, this was you did on download mode. That's fine. You know what that did? That made me do some of the housework I needed to do for our fucking rental inspection. So yeah, when it seized up for a second, I just went and mopped the floor. So you did me a favor. So what did I watch on the weekend? I watched 28 years later, which I liked, and it was very interesting. Like the really interesting editing choices made of doing all these cuts with trying to equate their world with like old movies and documentaries was wild. But then at the same token, it was much considering it was apocalyptic and violent. It was kind of low key, uh, enjoyable. I like 28 years later, and then I watched Sovereign as well. Nick Offerman playing a sovereign citizen. I thought that was really good. And there's also the same deal. It was actually much more a family story about the dad who's a fucking soft citizen influencer and his son and how they relate to each other and what choices the son ends up making. It ended up being much more about family, although also, of course, about the sovereign citizen fuckery. So I enjoyed watching both of those. And Mrs. Angry and I have been watching. There was like a bonus episode of Sandman, which I still kind of able to enjoy, even though the realization that Neil Gaiman is an absolute piece of shit takes away about 75% of the enjoyment of it, but still enjoyable. And yeah, hopefully that's basically it. Sovereign, the son who just wanted to be normal but couldn't. Yeah. I thought it ended up Sovereign was much more a family story than super political. Oh, yeah, and for the other day, I finally finished Old Guy because I first started to watch it, I think, like a month ago, and I never finished it. Because I like Christoph Waltz. In the end, yeah, Old Guy was an entertaining movie. The synopsis for anyone wants to know, Old Guy, Christoph Waltz is an old guy who was a hitman, and he's possibly past it, physically, and his organization who give him hits try to get him to train Azuma, a young up and coming hitman, to train him to be a better hitman. And so it's an intergenerational thing, a boomer versus a zoomer, which is interesting. Oh, Lisa, you wait for tomorrow. That's okay. I love your hustle, Lisa. So we're going to talk. What else were we watching? We watched that. We watched a couple episodes. We had a couple episodes of The Gilded Age to watch, which is an interesting Prime series for anyone who's never watched it. It's made by the same people who made Downton Abbey. It's essentially an American Downton Abbey. It's set in the Gilded Age, late 19th century New York. It's entertaining. It's very soap opera-ish, kind of like Downton Abbey. Has a different vibe to Downton Abbey though. And we're watching the Eric Bana series on Netflix, Untamed. Definitely recommend that. Quite engrossing mystery crime thriller thingy. Eric Bana and Sam Neill playing Americans. It's always funny to me when there's an American thing and it's like Australians in the lead roles playing Americans. Yeah, no Pat tonight, Safa. Maybe he's at the movies. Who knows? We might find out later in the week what he was up to. Trying to think, was there anything else notable I've been watching? Just on Charlie's Plex, rewatching an old comedy series, Better Off Ted. It's corporate satire and it's extremely funny. Like, I don't know, it's more than 10 years old, I think, but it holds up. Like, I've just been watching it. It's still very funny, and the show deserved much more attention. It only ran for 2 seasons. It's extremely funny. Just corporate satire. Have the of Righteous Gemstones. I've watched the first 2 seasons of Righteous Gemstones. It's very good. Yeah, season 2 of the Biker Ninjas. The Righteous Gemstones, for anyone who doesn't know it, it's a comedy based around a family of Christian evangelists, like televangelists. It's very funny. It's also extremely twisted and fucked up, but very entertaining. Great cast. I think it went for 4 seasons. I'm not altogether sure, but yeah, I would definitely also recommend Righteous Gemstones. But I didn't keep up with it. I kind of watched the first 2 seasons. I don't think, is there anything else? Oh, another one I was watching on Plex, the Walking Dead spin-off, Dead City. Which is fine. I don't mind it. I'm probably going to watch a bit more of it. But it has the thing that I found. I was a huge Walking Dead fan. I was into the Walking Dead comics, which were better than the show, but the show was good and did different things. So you never quite, even if you knew the comics, you didn't know what was going to happen in the TV show because they changed so much of it. I didn't hate the last seasons of The Walking Dead, but as it went on, like, you've been in this zombie apocalypse for 10 years. Every time someone got killed because they did something really fucking stupid, I was like, okay, that doesn't really make sense. How the fuck did that person live for so long and still end up doing something really fucking stupid? Like in Dead City, there's this one guy and the marshals and all for us, and his boss says, like, watch this door, don't let anyone escape. But the dead start pounding on the door, and this guy just kind of stands there watching the zombies banging on the door at a glass door, and it starts to crack, and he just fucking stands there. Like, he doesn't run off and say, boss, the zombies are coming through the door. He just stands there, and then they come through the door, like they smash the door, and he still just stands there, and all the zombies roll over him and eat him. And I was just like, that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Like, this is 10, 15 years into the zombie apocalypse. If you're still fucking alive, when you see a mass of them doing this, you go, this is fucked up. We can't stay here. You don't stand there. You'd run off to the boss saying, yeah, boss, I can't watch the door because the dead are all coming. And it's just like, whenever someone got killed doing something stupid, I was just like, but how would you live that long and still do something stupid? And the other thing that bugged me more than a little in The Walking Dead is there were multiple things. I don't know how many times this happened, but it happened a lot. Like there'd be two people out and or more than one person out, and one of them gets caught by the zombies. So they're fucked. The zombies have got them. They're fucked. And a person with a gun just looks on in horror as their friend or fucking acquaintance gets torn to pieces by the zombies while they're still alive. And they just go, oh, that's all. And they don't like shoot them in the head. Like, it's like that person is dead. You only need to get like a scratch or bite from the zombies and you're dead. And this person is having the worst death imaginable, being torn to pieces by the zombie. And the person just looks at them and goes, oh, that's awful. And like doesn't fucking shoot them in the head to put them out of their misery. It's ridiculous. Madam Butterfly, sneaking on your phone. Fuck your boss. Can't leave without telling your friend bye. Bye for now. Talk to you later, Madam Butterfly. Oh dear. So yeah, because this is a thing that bugs me. Even when you're watching something that's a fantasy or science fiction or whatnot, I want there to be internally consistent logic. Like you can be in this fantastical world, but when the stuff just doesn't hold up with the internal logic, it just fucking bugs me. The idea of good genes. Oh my god, the the arguments over are those net ads promoting Nazi ideology? And it is funny that American Apparel doing the good genes ad, which some people say is Nazi, and so you got all the fucking absolute moron right wingers going, I'm going to buy American Apparel. American Apparel has all this sort of pro gay, pro minority, woke stuff. It's just like, oh my god, the American culture wars are so fucking stupid. It really does my head in. Like I'm I'm at a loss as to how to process that stupid. And like, yeah, you're absolutely right, Hamthildy. Trump's latched onto it. He's desperate for the distractions as everyone's going like, well, look, dude, we all know you are genuinely on the Trump. You're on the fucking Epstein files. You guys were friends for ages. It's it. Oh my god, it all just does my head in. Also, like tying it in with, I've started listening to the audiobook Naomi Klein's Doppelganger, how she's dealt with this thing for a couple of decades of being confused with Naomi Wolf, who's much shallower there, and Naomi Wolf has gone insane in the last 6 7 years, and COVID particularly. She's just gone into deep into conspiracy bullshit. Um, and Naomi Klein has had to put up with people thinking stuff Naomi Wolf said is stuff she said, and is weird. So she wrote a book called Doppelganger, and I've just started listening to the audiobook, and it's very interesting. But you can remember the correct thing about the Naomis with the little rhyme: if your Naomi is Klein, you're doing just fine. If your Naomi is Wolf, oof, buddy, oof. But it's just like Naomi Wolf dived into the embarrassingly stupid conspiracy shit, but then also massively benefited from jumping into ridiculously stupid conspiracy bullshit. I was actually thinking about this today. Like, if I was going to start doing videos again, I'd make like conspiracy style videos against the right wingers and just say like, this person is saying something objectively stupid, like embarrassingly stupid, to try and sow division. What's really happening here? Like, and particularly when they're American and they're destabilizing American culture, it's like, who wins if American culture is stable? Are they being paid by Russia? Are they being paid by North Korea? And I was thinking of like having a matrix of when these people are saying stuff that is embarrassingly, demonstrably stupid. It's like, okay, some of them are stupid enough to genuinely believe this, but I think they're a minority. The majority of them are grifters. The majority of them know they're spouting ridiculous, nonsensical bullshit. And it's like, has someone paid for them to do this? Who would benefit if these people destabilize US global culture by doing this? Uh, are they just self motivated? Have they worked out this is a grift where easily impressionable right wingers who want to lash out at someone will use this as fuel for their anger? Or, is it more dark, more insidious? They're being paid by Russia or North Korea to do that. So I think it's a matrix of some of them are just stupid and believe it. Some of them know it's bullshit. It's a conscious grift to fleece stupid people out of their money. And some of them know it's bullshit, but they're being paid by people who want to destabilize Western democracies. And some of them are like, okay, this for real, Tim Pool is stupid and doesn't realize he was taking from people who wanted to destabilize Western society because he's a fucking moron. Hopefully, he had a friend who made a short vid of highlights George Bush from Fahrenheit 9/11. Oh yeah, no, yeah, and Bush was 20 years ago. It's fucking wild. And this year, yeah, Jesus Christ, we're almost halfway through August. It's ridiculous. I want to speak to the manager of reality. Everything is going way too fast. And was it Rachel Maddow was laughing at the Russian bots? Confused as fucked at the moment. Some are release the Epstein files, some are ignore the Epstein files. Well, the fun thing is, it's like where they are in the grift. They're confused. What will work best for them? August 5th is definitely halfway through August. Seriously, I will blink and it will be the 15th. It's just I am very opposed to time and how it's behaving. Sure, the scientists and the nerds and the physicists will say time is progressing at the same speed it always has. I call bullshit. We're going to have the new Jurassic Park on the Plex. Can they make any Jurassic Park that anyone cares about? You had Aussie comedy shows this week. Oh my god! I swear to God, like my earlier recommendation, the Eric Banner show on Netflix, Untamed. I do love watching him in serious dramatic roles, and then I just remember him doing the silly sketch comedy he did in the 90s. It's such a hoot. Like, we all knew him for doing silly sketch comedy, and he was very popular because he was charming. He's a charming guy. And then he's going, I'm going to be a serious actor. And he does Chopper, the movie Chopper, which was fucking incredible. He was so good in that. And it was, wow. just the flip from him doing Poida and his other sketch comedy characters to being Chopper Reed. And it was like, this guy's incredible. And of course, most international audiences only know him as a, very good, serious, dramatic actor. So you can blow them away by showing his 90s sketch comedy stuff. So Untamed on your Plex. Fisk is fucking great. Oh, Good Cop, Bad Cop. I remember that movie. You watched the Logies. Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't even know the Logies was on. Then I just saw articles going, oh, here's one of the Logies. And I was like, I didn't even know the Logies were on. Don't give a shit. Fisk was such a good show. Like we watched, they had some Netflix put some of the older seasons on, and so we watched them on Netflix, and I was like, oh, this show's fucking great. So yeah, when the newest season was on ABC, we watched it on ABC. It's so good. It's so funny. Fisk is a really good comedy show. The joke that I said was priceless. Hats off to Blue. See, I didn't watch it, so I don't know. I have no idea what joke your references to. Lisa, yeah, the on-air neon. If I turn it on, it just flares out. So I think, Dr. Abigail, if you're still there, you reckon you could come up with a dimmer for it? So at some point, I need to come over to your place and bring this and the broken laptop and see if you can fix them. It is really trippy how popular Bluey is globally, actually. I would plug, actually, you know what? I'll plug it in. I think if I plug it into a different, when I plugged it in last week, it fucked up my microphone. But I think, oh no, wait, I forgot this is a different laptop. Yeah, no, if I plug it in, oh wait, maybe if I plug it in there, can I plug it in there? Plugged it into a lid USB hub and it fucked up my microphone. Is that a USB? Looks like a USB. Is that a USB? There we go. Okay, now watch. See, it just flares out and you can't see it. It's too bright. So I leave it off so you can at least see it. Justin, what old kids cartoons did you like? I have to admit, I really like the ones my young'uns grew up in. The Naughties cartoons. There's some freaking wild ones. Beautifully obsessed one. Adventure Time. Gumball. Jesus, there were some good ones. They were really into the early seasons of Pokemon. They didn't really follow Pokemon, but after the first couple of seasons, but they were very much into the first couple of seasons of Pokemon. Oh, okay. Rugrats. Rugrats is pretty good. I never got into Johnny Bravo. Ed, and Eddie were pretty fucking weird too. The other ones that's surrealist. Powerpuff Girls. I really liked. Dexter's Laboratory was suitably fucking weird. But yeah, kids' cartoons in the late 90s and noughties, there were some good ones. There's still some good ones. You get really weird, trippy shit. It's also, almost bedtime, so I'm going to eat. I got 2 cherries tonight. I'm going to eat the cherries. I feel like time sat down, watched Regular Show. Oh yeah, I mean, Regular Show was great. I fucking love Regular Show. The last Laserdisc player from regular show's 4th season centers around a Laserdisc player and the concept of obsolete formats. Nice. Episode features Discmasters, Guardians of the Laserdisc format. Believe it's superior to newer formats like DVD. Tasked with protecting the last Laserdisc player and have a format more. Nice. So I have an excellent question. What am I watching tomorrow? We have the last episode of Untamed to watch, and then we just have to decide. Don't know what else we're going to watch. Find something. The cherries looked inappropriate. You know what? There's a version of War of the Worlds with, it's a movie, like 90-minute movie, War of the Worlds with Ice-T in a lead role on Prime. I want to watch that. I want to see what that's like. Oh yeah, Home for the Elderly. The stuff they did in the regular show was friggin' wild. Cherries on a stick. You got to make everything sexual, Sava. You're a pervert. That's what you are. You're a pervert. Home for the Elderly, you heard that War of the Worlds was the worst thing ever. But sometimes you just got to watch things and decide if they actually are the worst thing ever. I certainly haven't heard people raving about it. But who knows? Anyway, Mrs. Angry and I are running out of things to watch. So we actually have to come up with something new to watch and see what's what. Oh, yes, Justin, Rocco's Modern Life is another good one. Rocco actually worked on the phone sex line. That was wild. Anyway, he was a wallaby. And yes, in all probability, I'll be back on Thursday. No, Mrs. Angry. Oh, yes, Dr. Abigail. Sorry, just before we go, Gravity Falls. Another fucking awesome cartoon. Cat Dog was fun and silly, but not as epic as those other ones we were saying. Oh, yeah, Poker Face with Natasha Lyonne. I think you're right. Mrs. Angry would like it. I'll look at it. That's on Netflix, isn't it? I know you've got it on your Discord, but I feel like Poker Face is a Netflix show. It's not Stan, is it? Or Apple? I feel like it's Netflix, but I don't even know. I don't know what streaming service it's on. Yeah, I know there are 2 seasons that you have on Plex, but I swear to God, Charlie, it is Stan? Fuck it. Okay. I swear to God, Charlie, it's weird as fuck when I convince Mrs. Angry, let's try this thing on Plex. Almost every time, the Plex fucks up, and it's just like, okay, now I just feel stupid for saying. But when I'm watching stuff by myself, it's fine. It's just doing stuff to me. Anyway, go to bed. In all probability, we'll be back on Thursday to see you fine folk. I don't have a date night this Saturday, but the last couple of Saturdays that weren't date nights, I ended up doing something anyway, so I didn't stream. So we don't know. We don't know. Probably Tuesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday. Who knows? Anything could happen, but you'll take care. I'll see you another time, but bye for now.
You are totally